Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Frank Santoyo, and this is your ASEA Podcast. I am so excited to be here today to be able to share this new project with each and every one of you tuning in, listening, or watching us wherever you are around the world. This is our very first episode of the ASEA Podcast. In this episode, we're going to be introducing you to what the purpose of this podcast is and what you can expect as we start to develop and evolve this podcast over the coming weeks, the coming months, and of course, the coming years. So let's dive in. Today, I just wanted to spend a little bit of time sharing with all of you that this podcast was created to provide everyone with an environment and a sense of community. This is a place where we will connect. This is a place where you will be able to interact and be able to hear on the latest and greatest information that is happening with the business. At times, we will extend beyond just ASEA and share a little bit about what the trends are and what's happening in the industry. That is super important for anybody listening in. In addition to that, we're going to take some of our top leadership or some of the folks that are continuously building and growing, and we'll give you some of their keys to success for you to be able to leverage and implement into your business or share with your team. This podcast is going to be pretty casual, so we're going to make it be a very casual environment because we want to make sure that everyone can understand and relate to what is happening. This is designed to be able to be shared across the board. Whatever stage you are in your ASEA business, we want you to be able to take advantage of this. Now, you may be asking yourself, okay, why did they pick this method of communication? Why not just send an email? Why not just send a newsletter? Well, podcasts have become extremely popular. People are listening to them more and more. In fact, we pulled a statistic that showed us that in 2025, over 584 million people tuned into at least one podcast and listened to that entire series throughout the course of the year. So this is a very, very popular and very familiar way of communication that people are leveraging it. Now, as we sat here wondering and asking ourselves as a corporate team, what makes people listen to these podcasts? A lot of the reasons why somebody listens to a podcast, the first one is because you're able to multitask while you're listening to a podcast. So you're able to take in information while you're doing something else. Now, if you're driving, please pay attention to the road. But if you're listening to this podcast in the background, this will be a great opportunity for you to take in information in short amounts of time or periods of time where you will be able to get a lot of value out of the information we share. That is our commitment as we move forward with this podcast, that we will give you value in what is being presented and shared with each and every one of you. So that is the reason why we chose it. Plus, it's something that's simple, it's relatable. It's a tool that we hope that as we start to build the podcast over time, that you will be able to leverage that and share little segments of this podcast or episodes that you believe are going to be particularly tailored towards one of your team members. So we're going to use this platform also to share news that are coming and information. Now, speaking of the news, I got to tell you all, for those of you that were in attendance, we just had our convention, our annual global convention down in Mexico in Cancun. It was a phenomenal event. But in case you missed it, our CEO, Jerem Webb, shared some announcements that were incredible. There is a wave of transformation coming to ASEA, and this is the time to be a part of it. I can't think of a better time to have been a part of this organization. I've been with ASEA for 15 years, and I am so excited to see the transformation and the things that we're bringing to the table. We are calling this ASEA version, or these transformation, the next generation of ASEA. The next gen ASEA is coming, and it's starting in January. But there's a lot of things that are happening right now that you can start to leverage and utilize. So I'll take a couple of minutes to help ensure that you are familiarizing yourself with what is happening with the business at this stage now as this podcast is being published, and also what is coming in the future. As things start to become available, as information starts to become available, we will share more of that content. But for now, let me make sure that everybody knows and understands that we have an incredible incentive. It's called Rise to One. Now, Rise to One was launched at convention, at our annual convention in September down in Mexico. September 6th was the start of the promotion. And this incentive is designed to provide big cash rewards for a lot of people as you start to do and mirror a lot of the behavior that will come at the start of the year as part of these systems and programs that we will be launching. Now, it may sound or seem a little cryptic, but as the weeks go on and as the months get closer towards that January timeframe, we will start to provide you and give you all the details to help put that puzzle fully together. What I want you to take away from today in the podcast as we share it is that we have an incredible incentive. Rise to One, take advantage of it. There's big cash prizes there. We have so many people that are already winning and succeeding with this incentive. We will be taking some of the top earners on these exclusive trips where we will want to give them some training and information as we gear them towards the next generation of ASEA. But in the meantime, familiarize yourself with the point system that comes from Rise to One. That program will be essential as we start the next year. So as you become familiar with it, you'll be able to leverage and duplicate some of those things as we go into 2026. We are so excited for everything that's happening. We are truly, truly embracing our field, our leadership, and everything that has to do with who we are as an organization. We live in an environment and in a setting currently where a lot of organizations from a corporate standpoint are looking at change. They're looking at transformation. And sometimes that transformation isn't favorable to the field, isn't in favor to the development and the growth of your business. Here at ASEA, we've taken a totally radical approach where we are doubling down and continuing to support and promote our field and our leadership. We want to continue to incentivize everybody to grow, and we want to promote that every single way possible. So we are putting in place a series of tools and resources to help elevate the business over and over again. We want to make sure that as people decide and commit to making this part of their life and sharing these amazing products, that they get rewarded and incentivized to the highest potential, to the highest way possible. And again, we will spend some time over the coming weeks and the coming months sharing more and more details around that. But for now, what I want everybody to take from this podcast is that this podcast is designed to provide you with a community, an environment, and a setting where you can be educated and trained, and most importantly, where we will share information that is pertinent to you and your business. I'm excited. We're going to have a series of guests. We don't have a guest today, but we will have guests joining us to share their vision, their thoughts. Sometimes it takes a little bit of that perspective being shared by someone for something to fully click. And we are going to have a series of folks that are going to be joining us from week to week or from episode to episode to make sure that we provide you with that perspective. On behalf of the entire ASEA leadership team here at Corporate, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you for listening to this incredible new podcast. I am delighted to be a part of it, and we are excited for you to listen and tune in every single episode. Thank you for taking the time, and we will see you on the next one. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.